Welcome to One of a Kind Castle. You know what it takes to get fit, don't you? Most women do. They know that walking helps, eating better helps, and consistency. So what is it that goes wrong? Why can you not stick to getting fitter? I've been there in my younger days, and I found out that I no longer trusted myself to follow through. After many cycles of stopping and starting and trying every fad out there that there was, I knew what to do. I knew how to move more. I knew how to eat better. But I just kept going back to the beginning over and over and over again. After many cycles of stopping and starting and feeling so disappointed with myself, my brain quietly formed a belief without me knowing. And that belief was, I can no longer trust myself to follow through. Once that belief forms, every attempt feels fragile. My protective dragon that tries to keep me safe whispers, what's the point? You're going to quit again. Don't get your hopes up. And this creates a self-protective loop. When someone has begun to disappoint themselves regularly, the brain forms a protective system to keep you away from that disappointment. It triggers procrastination. You don't even know why you're procrastinating. You keep thinking of excuses. It triggers loss of motivation. And it also triggers emotional resistance. You know, when you're trying to do something and it just feels wrong, that is your protective dragon keeping you from disappointing yourself yet again. It's not because you're lazy. It's because your brain is steering you away from another perceived failure. And this is why many women say, I really, really want this so badly, but I can't seem to stick to it. Most fitness programs assume that the fault is lack of discipline, lack of knowledge, or lack of motivation. So they prescribe harder workouts, strict plans, and rigid challenges to fire you up. But if self-trust is the problem, these kind of systems make it worse for you. Because every mistake on your new system, plan, program reinforces the belief, you see, I knew I couldn't do it. And you will miss a few days if the program is too hard for you, because that's when your protective dragon whispers to you, have a day off. It's really a little bit difficult. It's painful. It's her job to protect you and keep you away from anything that is hard. In One of a Kind Castle, we solve this. Your system rebuilds self-trust quietly, step by step. In the deep well, you uncover beliefs that damage your trust. In the Garden of Change, there are many tools to transform those untrue beliefs that you discovered in the deep well. The Great Hall provides support and encouragement. And every small success that you have, your brain will whisper to you, maybe I can trust myself again. And once self-trust returns, consistency becomes far easier. The real change is not, I'm someone who exercises every day. It is, I am someone who keeps promises to myself. And once that identity returns, because yes, you once had it, habits begin to stabilize. So if you find yourself procrastinating and making excuses with a sudden loss of motivation, feeling completely overwhelmed, and avoiding even starting again, your brain is essentially telling you, let's not risk feeling like a failure again. It's too painful. When the brain pulls people back into patterns of familiarity, it feels safe. And we are wired to prefer predictable patterns. Even if those patterns are negative, they can feel like coming home. So when women start the cycle again, they feel excited, resistance a few weeks later, and then they finally stop. That's the familiar old pattern. And this leaves you thinking that something is wrong with you. And that is so far from the truth. Maybe no one ever taught you how your brain works, so you keep trying harder, which increases the pressure, which increases the resistance again. We make the steps gentle. We encourage curiosity, not judgment. We create magical metaphors instead of pressure. And we build sisterhood gently and safely. All of these things signal to the brain it is safe to start again. And once the brain feels that safety, it makes change far easier. So when your mind builds protective spells to avoid disappointment, inside the castle we gently lift those spells. So the woman that you are meant to be can finally step forward and achieve progress. I hope to see you inside One of a Kind Castle one day. You can pop to oneofakindcastle.com and check us out. And I'll be waiting at the drawbridge, lantern in my hand, to guide your way. Fare thee well, lovely lady.